Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Final Checkpoint Podcast. This is episode number 87, and somehow we survived. We made it. I'm barely alive. Ben is possibly slowly dying as we speak. He's not quite sure. It's starting at his arm, but we'll see if it continues to grow into the rest of his body. He started dying last week. Then he got a vaccine this week, and then I've just been dying throughout the week. If you've been watching my Twitter, I'm dying from the kneecap, and then it's slowly growing into my head, and we're just a mess. But we put ourselves back together this day, this night, right here at this moment to talk about the latest video game news. My name is Joel.
And I'm Ben, and I have to say, one of these days, we're going to have a seminar about how to intro shows, because I don't know what's going on, but I like it, but it's out of control.
You know, it's like falling downstairs, but then somehow near the end, you land kind of on your feet, but they're shattered.
It's like very slowly falling downstairs, and not like in a way that looks painful, just in a way that's very strange.
It's like in slow motion. People watch, someone's watching you fall down the stairs, but then somehow is he kind of landing on his feet near the end? Oh, but they're broken.
Yeah. It's something.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome to the show. This is the new version, so welcome everybody. This is the way it's gonna work. Basically, Final Checkpoint is the news portion of the show. If you're watching live on twitch.tv/loadlesscheckpoint, stay tuned. We'll have a small segment break, and then you get to watch Final Boss Squad, where we talk about games and other random topical stuff like
pop culture
shenanigans.
Yeah. That's the off the rails. This is the more news focused. Despite the intro, news focused. Portion.
Yeah. You can, of course, find this show on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, and Google podcast services. You can also find us over at thegamefanatics.com. You can find us over on youtube.com/loadlesscheckpoint, where we upload this beautiful little thing weekly. I did manage to get it up over on YouTube.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Made it. Good. The first episode of our Resident Evil 7 Let's Plays up. Episode 2 is going to go up probably tomorrow. And then we'll eventually get to another Let's Play. Couldn't make it. Slowly dying, everybody.
Right.
My head is possibly growing some sort of giant tumor, and once it grows out enough, then we can play more Resident Evil, and I won't need to cosplay because it'll just be bursting out of my head.
Like the clickers or whatever. They just have that mushroom cap sticking out of their head.
Like, well, Joel's really getting into it this week. Nope, sorry, that's just my head.
Joel's just dying.
He's just dying. But yeah, other than that, one last thing to cover is our Drunk Dark Souls stream. It's official. May 15th, 8 p.m. Pacific time.
Yay.
Dark Souls 3.
Yay.
Giveaways.
Yay.
And party games.
Woo.
Be there. Be square. Or be square. You're probably going to be square if you're there too.
But yeah,
just, come along, come hang out with us. You don't have to be there the whole time, but be there and maybe win a game.
Yes, a bunch of stuff to give away, potentially.
Yeah, and if you just want to see me get a little tipsy and play some Dark Souls, it won't take very long, I promise you. I am a lightweight. And, it'll take me maybe a drink and a half, and I'll be sloshed. Perfect. So, I'll do my best not to mess up anything or say anything offensive. Can't make any promises.
That's a good good goal. You're already backtracking on.
Do our best to be under TOS. All right.
Best behavior.
Best behavior. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. All right. But yeah. Anything else we need to cover besides that?
I think that's it.
Cool.
Right. Yeah.
For Final Boss Squad, it is on the same feed, everybody, so no need to subscribe anywhere else. You'll find it there.
Yeah. It's basically two. It's just splitting the show in two if you only want to listen to one. Or if you're more interested in like, oh, they played this game that came out. I want to listen to that. Or these news topics suck. There you go. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Well, let's get into it right away. Ben, we got a few news stories
We
there.
got a few news stories,
Quite a
but
few.
we will tease Final Boss Squad real quick. Like I said, what we played. I've been playing new Pokemon Snap, which is very exciting. A little bit more of Nier Replicant. We got a little bit of Second Extinction from you,
Yeah.
and some Outriders. But first, the news.
The news.
Here's some news.
Oh no, it
Uh,
sucks this week.
it's like there's so little news.
Yeah. Some good stuff
That-
though. There's some good stuff.
yeah, that's some good stuff. Let's start off with the Ratchet and Clank State of Play, which was on Thursday. It was about a 15, 20 minute, more closer to 15. I don't really remember. Um, Presentation mainly on Ratchet and Clank. There was also Among Us, and what was the other? A Subnautica
Yeah.
at the beginning,
Yeah.
which just felt like they got lost and they exported the file accidentally with the trailers in front of it, and then it's like, oh shit, I guess we got to do this too.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
weird. What a weird like couple items
yeah,
to just
yeah.
announce. I mean, I guess Among Us is so popular that they kind of want to have it out there,
Well,
but
it makes sense, but it like the way this was built, right? They released that new trailer for Ratchet and Clank on Monday,
yeah.
and they said, well, we're gonna have a state of play on Thursday with more about Ratchet and Clank, and then also there's two indie games.
Yeah.
But what? What? Okay, it's very strange. I'm glad they didn't put it at the end because it would have been even weirder if it was Ratchet and Clank and then, all right, here's our two indie games. It was Among Us. Like, okay,
Yeah, there's
weird.
really no great spot to position these, but
No.
I mean, I guess the cool thing is for Among Us, there's an exclusive set of ratchet ears and
Yeah, look cute.
a Clank pet. So that was cool.
Yay. I've still never played Among Us, so don't care.
It's yeah, I mean it's kind of dying out. But I think it's cool that it's coming to console. I think it gives a whole other group of people a chance to play it because people that don't
Right.
have a PC can play it.
It's
So
on Switch, right?
it is on Switch. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's what
Don't care.
Jimmy Fallon played on Switch. I don't know if you got a chance to see it. He played with like Valkyrie and
No.
Corpse and like the three biggest like people that play Among Us. And then he played with some of the Roots and a few members from Stranger Things. And you know, all these people who play like on PC, and then he who is very rich man, plays with the Switch and the shittiest, laggiest camera I've ever seen. So not only is his camera very delayed, so is his audio. And oh man,
Yeah.
it was funny like just watching the interactions because the guys from the Roots are like straight up saying who killed them, even though that's not how you're supposed to play the game. It was just funny. There's some highlights you can watch with everyone. People are just like saying, like, "Ah, you're not playing it right," but who cares? This is really funny to watch.
It's fun.
Fun.
Fun. Anyway, Ratchet and Clank. Did you watch this? How do you feel about it?
Uh, I'm dying to get a PS5 because
Right.
Ratchet and Clank looks so good. It's like just I think they say like it's said every time a Ratchet and Clank comes out like, "Oh, we're playing a Pixar movie." Like it just looks so good. It looks so fun and I mean, really just the cool parts where you break into the other universes looks and like you kind of go through the rift. It really does look incredible. Just how like everything in that world completely changes over as soon as you go into that rift. And I don't know, it looks fun to play, man. I'm like dying to get my hands on a PS5 so that I can play that game, so I can play Returnal, so I can play Demon Souls. I mean, that's really it. There's really nothing else I want to play on there.
Right. Uh yeah, I like this look at the game. I didn't watch it too much because I will, like you said, like I will play this.
Yeah.
Um and to me, I still just don't think Ratchet and Clank is a $70 game. I don't even think it's a $60 game. The only reason I bought the remake last time was it was $40. So it's tough for me. A game like this, just is something about it that does not feel worth it
Mhm.
to me for that price, especially for $70. Now, I will say the game looks stunning
Yeah.
on like every level. There's that one point where you go through the door and you're just in that cyberpunk city and all the cars are flying. I was like, this is insane looking.
It's so detailed.
Yes,
Yeah. Where
way
the
too
the other one
detailed.
didn't feel that detailed, it looked more
No.
cartoony, where this one actually looks so detailed. And I think you're right. It doesn't feel like $70 is pretty steep for a game that is more like a rental that you could probably play through and beat. I
Hmm.
think just looking at the arena and the challenges thing, I wonder if maybe they try to pack more into this compared to the other, like the remake, to try to maybe hit that is it
Sure.
worth
I'm sure
$70
it's
mark. But
longer.
I just think that the thing that's wrong with these types of setting the $70 mark thing is like that was the issue with like setting generational games at that price. And it's the thing that Nintendo has a problem with is like we're going to set all of our special IPs at 60. You know, cuz then it's like, well, the great thing about Ratchet last time was it was 40 and it was great at that price and that's why it did so well. You can't come out at 70 for every exclusive game if it's not
Hmm.
if it's like people are going to have they're going to have a hard time buying this game at 70 when they just bought Returnal, you know, and then what other game just came out at 70? What Demon Souls? Not that just came out, but
Demon
like
Souls was 70, yeah.
70. It's just like every game can't be 70. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I really do wish they would explore that more, and we kind of thought they would when Ratchet and Clank originally came out.
Yeah.
Um, but going back to that point specifically, you have that game for $40, and that's an amazing game, and I think it's pretty well worth $40. But if Rift Apart is not almost double what that game was, then it's gonna feel like a disappointment. And I have a lot of pushback against people in podcasts that don't buy their own games because they'll be like, "Is it worth $70?" Like, of course it is, yeah. And like, I still know the value of $70, and I'm like, I don't know if you do. Tim Geddes in your crazy theater basement, like, no, I don't think you are on the finger on the everyman pulse. No offense, love you, Tim, but like, I don't think you do in the same way someone who's buying other games does still,
Yeah.
right? That's just impossible. Like, if you got half your games for free, it's gonna change the other half that you have to pay for, how you feel about it, because you're immediately gonna be like, "Well, that may be a little much, but I'd have to pay for Returnal, or I'd have to pay for this," so it kinda justifies it. It's just an inherent thing you can't avoid in your own mental, gymnastics for it.
Yeah.
And so there's gonna be a lot again, just like with Returnal, like, is this worth $70? Is Ratchet& and Clank worth $70? That's obviously a very personal thing, and I just don't feel like a lot of these games are, and the problem with that is I know they're gonna be $40 in 3, 4 months, and that's the other problem with it, is it's just so easy to wait,
Yeah.
especially if you can't even get a PS5, you might as well just wait until all these games like, I bought, Demon Souls for I think it was like $43 or something. That's perfect. Like, that's a perfect price point. I wonder what the value would be if they did start spreading these things around. I just I don't know. I wanna play Returnal more specifically to see how that $70 price really stacks up, how I would feel about that.
Yeah. I think that's the nice difference about games on like Xbox and PlayStation compared to like Nintendo is we know this will eventually be on sale at a much cheaper price where
Right.
Nintendo it's like it's going to be 60 forever.
Yeah,
Or wait, it's going to go on sale for maybe $10 at some point, but yeah.
exactly.
Um I think I mean there's like some games that I know I'm willing to buy at $70. Like had I had my PS5, I probably would have spent 70 on Returnal because I really do love Housemarque's games. Like I think Matterfall is like $10 right now on PS4 and I'm definitely going to buy it. and just because that's the one I missed out on when it came out because I
Oh,
completely
okay.
forgot about it. But I had bought Nex Machina and I loved it. I bought Alienation when it came out, and the Resogun was before that. But they just, to me, they make the types of games that I really love. But Returnal is one of those games that, like, that was my first, besides Demon Souls, that was like the next game I wanted to get for PS5. And then obviously it's been a struggle to get a PS5. Still looking out for it. Still using the stupid Twitters and the web pages for it. Waiting for the next drop to try to get one, or just, whatever.
There's rumors that a bunch are dropping like the beginning of May,
Okay, well,
which is now. So
which is now. Yeah, the struggle continues. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's tough with a game like Ratchet and Clank because I do really want to play it. I just it's not exactly my type of game, like those types of games. But
yeah, that me too.
But it just looks so good. It looks so fun. But yeah,
I
it looks
think
great.
this is my weekly or every half hourly shill for GameFly where it's just
Perfect.
such a good value.
Yeah, perfect
I
gameplay game.
yeah, I got 3D World a couple days after it came out. I did not pay $60 for that, but I got it basically when it came out. Played through it, loved it, sent it back. You know what I mean? I got Pokemon Snap yesterday, the day after release.
Nice.
That's insane. Um, so there's ways around this, and I think it's between that and sales, it's so easy to avoid paying $70. I wonder if it's really gonna bite them. I can't wait until we get Returnal sales and see where it charts and see if that PS5 audience is just so hungry for an actual PS5 game. Because I know if I had had the PS5, which I guess I didn't say, I I have a PS5. I was able to secure one. It's coming tomorrow.
Woo!
Um, so finally, that's why I bought Demon Souls because it's in the background. It's the thing on the floor next to the Switch dock on the on the floor of my feed.
You're just waiting. You're just buying PS5 games in the meantime.
I have to move shit out of the way. Yeah, and I am. Well, that's the one game I bought. Um, but if I had had that since launch or January or whatever, it might be a bigger thing. Like, yeah, I will buy Returnal because there's nothing else coming out. I really want to do that. I want a PS5 exclusive hype game. Let's go. I think to me, as the big Resident Evil fan, there's no fucking way I buy anything else this close to Resident Evil 8.
Mhm.
There's just no way. It's all about Resident Evil 8. There's no way around it. So that's just my personal bias getting in the way of Returnal. Like, well, why? I just completely look the other way. It's the Drake meme. We're like, I don't know. Like that. No. Um
I
that's what
love
it
that
is.
Drake meme.
Yeah, I do too. I love Drake. And that's tough to get over. At this point, I've played the Resident Evil 8 demo 3 times, so obviously I'm more into that camp.
Yeah. Cool.
Ratchet does look great,
It does look really
but
good.
it does look like Ratchet. That's the thing. It just looks like more Ratchet. I'm seeing nothing. It's not like you remember when they first showed The Last of Us, like one of the first showings for it, and it's like in the apartment building, and he's like throwing the bricks at people, and you watch that gameplay, and this is the fucking craziest
It
thing
blew
I've
me away.
ever. Yeah, it blew ever. I think that might have been the one I saw at E3, like at the press conference. I know I saw one of The Last of Us trailers like live in the audience. It was insane. Like the room just had no idea what the fuck was going on. It was so cool. And I don't think Returnal or Ratchet get anywhere close to that.
No.
And the last time we probably saw it from Sony specifically would have been Ghost, the reveal of Ghost of Tsushima. Uh, it's just tough for a Ratchet game to come out. And how's it going to do that? How is it going to wow us in that way? And I don't think it can. Maybe Miles Morales did that for people. I know people really like Speederman. Um, not me. Not me though. Nope, no speeders here. No speeders. All right,
True.
let's move on to more news. That's probably the biggest news of the week. Uh, in a crazy move, Super Mario Party on the Switch, which came out, I think, 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
About
Did we not?
about that.
I thought we covered this last week. Did we not cover it last week?
No, no, I added them in order.
Okay.
This happened this week. This happened this week.
Okay. Cool. I don't know why I thought we covered it.
Because it's fucking stupid as shit. They added the ability to play the game online, the board game mode. Because before you could just play mini games.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why Nintendo. Why do they even do this? 2.5 years late. It's the one thing I remember because I listened to Nintendo voice chat and all that. And it's the one thing every time that game was brought up, like, sure do wish we could play it online. Sure do wish we could do this. 2.5 years later, what is going on over there?
Well, it takes a really long time to upload anything onto their online service, so it's just finally finished. Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That checks out.
I think I remember seeing a lot of tweets. People were confused because initially they thought they were adding 70 mini games to the game.
Those are people that don't know how to read. Because I saw the tweet from Nintendo, and I knew exactly what it was, and I knew exactly why I was disappointed immediately. This is dumb. You're dumb. It's great that it's here, though.
Yeah.
I you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's great, but
jeez.
jeez.
I mean, like, this is my first Mario Party game, so like for me, I'm not really playing it online or anything, but I mean, I think it's cool
Okay.
that they're adding online capability. Like, whatever, I don't really see myself playing online really. I think that's great because I think that'd be great for a community game or whatever, playing online with like friends. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize just like how bad it is because I didn't realize. I think how many game boards does this Mario Party have? Like 4 or 5?
4 or 5? I don't know.
Barely.
I didn't play it.
And I mean, I've only really seen one other Mario Party game board that looked really cool, and it was just huge, and it was from like an old Giant Bomb stream where Dan Reichert was like driving everyone insane. And oh, you know what? I talked about this on Full Circle. That's why I remember talking about this.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
And I just remember that one being like 100. Was it 100 turns or something like that? It was insane.
You could set it to that, yeah.
Yeah, I just remember that
which would take like 6 hours.
It was an insane stream, and I just remember watching clips of it and like Dan Riker laughing maniacally or something like through most of it. But I just thought, like, man, why don't they make them like that anymore? Like, why don't they give you these crazy boards anymore?
I don't know. There's a reason why I stopped playing/buying Mario Party games. I think the last one I played was on the GameCube, so it's been 15 years. And that's why. It's just like I had a lot of fun with these, but if you're not going to make it modern, if you're going to make this what is essentially the same game in 2019 or whatever it came out,
Yeah.
I'm not interested in this at all, especially when it comes out and it almost feels like it has less stuff. That's what I never understood about Mario Party was like, why don't you just add the mini games in? Why are there it's 70 new mini games? But why didn't you keep the 50 from the other game? And
Yeah.
then you had 120 and then you just keep adding and adding and adding to where you have 500 mini games at this point. And sure, a lot of them are probably terrible, but why didn't you do that? And they keep making these mini games, and some of them are kind of the same and half of them are bad. I just don't understand why. It's strange too, a company that can make the WarioWare games and have really fun mini games there, but they do Mario Party and half of them are just nonsense garbage. I I don't know. I have a lot of resentment for Mario Party
It sounds like it.
from back in the day where I just like I've been burned by this stupid party.
I don't know. We had fun when we played it. When we unlocked the last board in Mario Party, we like didn't even play the new board. We just stopped playing at that point for a few months, and then we went back and played the new board. And it was all right. It wasn't that great of a board. It was more like a slot machine for the board to
Okay.
randomly do something to in a good way or bad way to you and the other players. So it's just kind of like, it was all right. It's an all right game.
It's a game I
It's
played.
a game. It's a game.
Yep, it is indeed a game. I really should have put the PlayStation stories together. I don't know why I didn't do that.
It's all right.
That's strange. Who cares? We had a bunch of PS5 sales details.
What?
Sales details.
Sales details.
And I just took Jeff Keighley's tweet where he summed it up pretty good. So we have 7.8 million PS5 sold, which is crazy.
Where are they? I mean, are they just selling empty boxes at this point?
I
What's
can't,
going on here?
they're just, it's in such desirability.
Just selling dreams, apparently. Not the game. I mean, just like
Not the
fake,
game though, yeah. Not the
fake,
game.
fake wishes here.
Dreams wish it sold 10 times less as that much. uh, we also have almost 50 million PlayStation Plus subscribers, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you have to play online with that, so
Not free to play
there's
games
that.
though.
Not for free to play, right?
Yeah.
338 million games sold for PS4, PS5 in the last year. Seems pretty high. That's about 3 games per uh PS4, basically. On average, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. 24.4 billion in gaming revenue last year.
Holy shit, dude.
Which is over double what it
Oh my
was
god.
for the box office. Now, granted, 2020 was not great for movie theaters. I don't need to tell you. But
That's true. True.
yeah,
Not a
pretty
great year for
big
movie
year.
theaters.
I mean, I saw Invisible Man. I did my part. Did you?
Yeah.
Come on.
That was a good movie.
It was. Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Really liked it. That movie is way better than it has any right to be.
Yeah, true. It's very true.
Very, very true. That's a really good movie. Let's talk about that instead. This is crazy. We knew obviously that the PS5s were selling out, but these are significant numbers, and they're obviously better numbers than Microsoft since they refuse to share numbers.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's just such a huge difference because usually it's like units shipped, but these are just like PlayStations are just sold. Like they're instantly
they're instantly
out.
sold.
Yeah, they're not being stocked on a shelf. They're not put in a back room. They're just sold.
It's fascinating too because we've talked about this, and we both want a PS5. I finally got one, but I got it, and I'm like, I'm gonna play Demon Souls on it. I'm not super excited for much, so I can't imagine anyone else is either. So it's just the appeal of a newer, more powerful system and like what the future could be that's selling this, which is very
Yeah.
impressive. Because there's nothing. It's not like it's not like Halo Infinite came out and was amazing, and everyone's trying to get an Xbox to play Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite, where nothing came out exclusive for it, and no one just cares. It's like, I'll buy it anyway.
It's like I want one really bad, but I'm not even sad that I don't have it. It's really
Exactly.
weird. Like,
yes,
I was telling that to my friend because he's like, you like wake up at 4 a.m. and go on the Target website. I'm like, I'm not gonna wake up at 4 a.m. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't need
No.
it that bad, and I'm not even that sad if I don't have it.
right. It's just like it's less like like you sprained your ankle and more like you just kind of stubbed your toe in
Yeah.
terms of desire.
Yeah.
Where it's like, ow, but like
Like you want to get it just so that you have it, so that you don't have to deal with it later. Like I just
Yeah,
want to get it out of the way and have it already. Like I just,
exactly.
just get the shit in here already.
And that's why I got it. So I'm just so happy to not have to search anymore.
Yeah.
And I can throw my PS4 in the trash. Fucking loud ass.
That's another reason why I want it. Like
Yeah.
having to turn that thing on and hear it is the worst thing. The worst thing.
Yeah, I agree.
The absolute worst.
I was happy that my last PS4 game will be 13 Sentinels, and it's not a very graphical, intense game,
Yeah.
so it wasn't a very loud PS4 game. I was so happy.
Dude, I'm like dreading having to turn it on and like do anything on it. Like, because I want to get Matterfall. I want to play it. Like,
Right.
I'm dreading that moment. Having to go in there and make sure I claimed whatever PS Plus game was for April. Like, just making sure I had it.
I think you missed that.
No, I got it.
You did it already.
I did it way before.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I already bought Days Gone before it was even a PS Plus game, so I already knew I had it. But then it was like Zombie Army 4, which I'd already done that. And I was like, well, I turned it on for nothing and caused all this noise in my house.
Like, it's one of those things you turn it on and your dogs start barking just because it's so loud. Like, what is this?
The whole house is like, what's that noise? What
What's
is
that
that?
noise? Is something wrong? Yeah, it's crazy.
Are we getting robbed?
Are we getting robbed by an alien vacuum
What is
cleaner?
that?
The brave little toaster came back from Mars.
Oh,
Take your
jeez.
PS4.
Monster.
Those movies go weird places.
Yeah, impressive numbers. Impressive
Yeah,
numbers by
impressive
Sony.
numbers.
I mean, they're killing it, even though their software is awful, their messaging is bad, and
Yeah, they have nothing to show for it.
yeah. And like, I mean, when you really think about what they have out, like this isn't even like their big lineup. Like this isn't their
No.
big hitters. So
Returnal is the first PS5 exclusive game that's not a remake. You know, if you get rid of Demon Souls because it's a remake, you got Spider-Man, which is multi-plat, Sackboy's multi-plat. So this is the first PS5 exclusive game.
Yeah.
Really. And that 5 months after 6 months after it came out, basically, and it was already sold almost 8 million units. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
Yeah.
True.
I have more woes for the PS4, but we'll talk about that on Final Boss Squad because it's more related to games we played. But that is the news.
That's it for the news.
That's the whole news. It's very short news this week. Split the show so the episodes are shorter, and we have the shortest news in a long time.
Well, that's it. Cool.
But yeah, like I mentioned, the My PS4 woes will be in the next show with new Pokemon Snap. Very excited to talk about that. Some Outriders, Second Extinction, Resident Evil 8 demo, which I did mention I played again. But that's it for this show.
All right. That's going to do it for Final Checkpoint, guys. Stay tuned if you're watching live for Final Boss Squad. If you are listening on podcast services or watching on YouTube, make sure you check out the feed. Make sure you check out the video for Final Boss Squad.
Yay.
Yay. So I guess we just keep the file going, the recording going.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
No, I've given us like a 15 or like a 5-minute break. There's a 5-minute transition counter going. Yeah, dude. Get your water, take your pee break. I don't know. Oh, you should have read that story about Russia and putting Metopia 18 plus. Dude, I love watching like I love going through Twitter and seeing all the drama that like goes on. So there's like it's like there's this one really outspoken I guess she's like a black content creator. And she's really good at like not bullying people, but like basically if you do anything to like not be accountable for not representing people of color, right? She will drag you on Twitter, all right? And she's like sponsored by like a few companies, and like Greg and Khalif and these people have like they've like retweeted her, they've like retweeted her and have like supported her in certain ways. And I guess she's been bullying some people in her community because they weren't like outwardly being accountable for some stuff, but it turns out that she was the one not doing it. And someone came out and saying she's a bully and she's allowing other people to talk bad about us and all this stuff. And I'm just sitting there reading through it and watching it unfold. I'm like, holy shit, dude, this is crazy. And then Khalif went out and started talking about it. And then other people are yelling at him. I'm like, what is happening? I was like, holy shit. Oh, man. There was like one of those twit longers that somebody posted. And I was just like, well, see, I don't need soap operas. I just read through this shit sometime. Oh, man. Yeah, who needs HBO when I just read through Twitter drama? Yeah, I had enough energy to read through that shit. And then I was like, okay, now I'll work on the podcast stuff today. Yeah, I saw Jason Schreier crying about that on Twitter. Yeah, but he was really crying about it. I know, I saw that. I I feel like they'll probably add it. Yeah. Yeah. True, true, true. I guess I'll just like quick intro final boss squad and then we'll get right to it. It doesn't really need like a long intro, but it's same intro basically. Ellie, get back. Stop trying to get in here, you weirdo.
Are we still in that 5-minute?
Oh, we're about out of it.
We don't have to do 5 minutes. It could be.
No, we
gotta
do a 5-minute transition.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, we're back on. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 1 of Final Boss Squad. My name is Joel.
I'm Ben.
And we are here to talk about the games that we played this last week. You can find this podcast on the same feed as Final Checkpoint, our news-filled podcast.
Yes.
You can find this on Spotify, Stitcher, Google, Apple podcast services, youtube.com/loadlesscheckpoint. We record live on twitch.tv/loadlesscheckpoint every Sunday, Pacific Standard Sailor Time. Sailor Time.
Ooh, Sailor Time.
I think that's what it stands for. No, it doesn't.
Nope. It'd be cool, though.
Yep, exactly. This is the podcast where we talk about all the games that we played. The other one is all about news. So this is where we have the real fun.
Yes. Let the fun begin.
Let the fun begin. All right. This week, the newest, most popular game we're probably going to be talking about is the new Pokemon Snap. So, Ben, why don't you get us started? Give us a little bit of your sneak peek as the Pokemon Snap lover.
Yes.
Tell us your thoughts and impressions.
I will, real quick, just to tease the other show. And if you're wondering what news topics we topicked about, it was the Ratchet and Clank State of Play, Mario Party getting online finally, actual real online that anyone cares about, and the crazy PS5 sales. But yes, Pokemon Snap. I don't remember exactly because it was so long ago if Pokemon Snap was the first Pokemon game I played. But I think it was the first one I owned. So when I got my N64 for Christmas, I think in 99, 98, 99, some year, I got it with Mario Kart and with Pokemon Snap. And I played the shit out of Pokemon Snap. I love that game. It's definitely something you go back to, and it is very short. It is content light, to say the least. We talked about $70 games and the value of games last on the regular show. Um,
The regular show.
the regular show.
Good show, by the way.
That's a great show. Yeah, I love regular show. Um, this game was probably $70 when it came out on the N64. And under no circumstances is it worth $70.
No.
It's like a 4-hour game. You can 100% like probably your first time through in 4 hours. But when you're 8, 9 years old, it's a crazy world that you have to discover, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I have wanted ever since Pokemon Snap came out another Pokemon Snap, and I'm very very happy to say I played about maybe 4 hours, maybe a little bit under that of new Pokemon Snap. Terrible name, but whatever. Uh, and it is exactly what I wanted. It is 100% Pokemon Snap modern, warts and all, but exactly what I wanted from this. It is Pokemon Snap. It is not some other bullshit or all this other nonsense. It is taking pictures of Pokemon. Um, and it's really stupid that how how often this game makes me gasp at like a Pokemon. Like I'll just turn around and be like, 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 at one point I turned around, I don't know, and I don't know. At this point, there's so many Pokemon. I don't know a lot of them. I recognize like visually a lot of them, but their names I don't know.
Yeah.
And there was this like flying squirrel thing. I just happened to turn around, and the flying squirrel is just right in my face. I was like, it's so cool, man. It's so fucking cool. And like you just turn around and see an Arbuck,
Arbok.
Arbuck, whatever it
You
is.
got it. You got it.
Um, I don't like how it sounds. Just sleeping in a tree and it's coiled up on a branch, just resting on a tree. I'm like, this is the fucking coolest goddamn thing. The smile is ear to ear constantly with this. It is so cool. It's like being a kid again in this dumb game. And I just love taking pictures. I've always kind of liked taking pictures in general. Um, so you combine that with Pokemon and they kind of um if you've ever gone to one of those, I don't know what they're called actually, but like where you drive your car through a zoo basically and there's just animals around you. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, kind of like the Safari Wild Park or whatever, like the San Diego one.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called, but I guess it would be kind of a safari thing. But
Yeah.
but yeah, and you're like, there's a bunch of giraffes outside your car and whatever. It's just like that, but with Pokemon, and that's why it's so much cooler because it's Pokemon and not stupid giraffes. Um,
Yeah. I mean, giraffes are
uh,
pretty cool, but okay.
fuck giraffes. No, giraffes will
Oh no.
spit in your eye. They're
Oh
evil little
Jesus. I
creatures.
didn't know they did that. That's
Oh yeah,
gross.
they're big spitters. They're big spitters. I went to a zoo one time and they were like warning people.
Oh
Crazy.
jeez.
Um, Gotta watch out for the spin. You were worried about Corona. You should watch out for these giraffe loogies.
Gross.
Anyway, uh, so a lot of fun things that they added to this that are just perfect for what I wanted out of it. And also, if you didn't like the original Pokemon Snap, there's a lot more in this game, but I still don't know if you'll want to play this. Like, it is very much just taking pictures of Pokemon. You get an item, and then you replay all the maps. You get an item, and you replay all the maps again.
Hmm.
And I like that. I like that a lot. As I die slowly. The big change is this research level thing where each level or each course I think is what they call them, or routes maybe, has levels in it. And based on how many Pokemon you take pictures of and the value of those, it levels up that course. And as it levels up, things start changing within the course. So more Pokemon will appear, or now they're like paying attention to you more, or just other things. The route doesn't change, but kind of what's going on in and around you does,
Yeah.
uh, which is really cool. Makes you want to replay the stage with all your new items, and now everyone's paying attention to you, and they're like more friendly and stuff. That's super cool. I love that. Leveling up each course is an awesome idea. And then they also added, which I think is it has some problematic features with it, but it is one of my favorite additions where now you're trying to take 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and 4 star pictures of each Pokemon. And the 1 star is just like, I don't know, it's a Pokemon's foot. It's not a good picture. The 2 star is, oh, it's eating an apple or something. And the 3 stars, it's doing some crazy thing, like it's trying to fly. It can't fly, stupid Dodrio. It's doing some bullshit.
Yeah.
Um, Oh, and the 4 star is super crazy bullshit. And you can only submit one per Pokemon. So at the end, you're submitting all the photos, right?
Mm.
If you have a 3 star and a 4 star or a 2 star, whatever, you can only pick one of each Pokemon to turn in. So you're trying to find 1 through 4 stars for each Pokemon. And that adds another collect them all element of, yeah, I've taken a picture of a Magikarp, but have I taken a 4 star picture of a Magikarp? No. And have I taken a 3 star? Yes, but this one's better. And like, oh, do I submit the better 3 star or the 2 star that I've never submitted before? Like it's it
Oh, I
has this
see. Yeah.
yeah, it has this
Yeah.
different layer to it. And as someone who has brain damage and is trying to replay these courses 100,000 times, it incentivizes you to keep taking pictures of Pokemon you've already taken pictures of because it's like, well, I haven't completed that guy yet. I do want a better picture of this. I do want um like, because it's also 1 star through 4 stars, but each star, it could be a bronze star or a silver star or a gold star or a diamond star. So there's another added layer of like, yeah, my 3 star, it's a 3 star, but it's like kind of shitty. I want
Mm.
a better one. Let me try and do that. Or let me try and I need to get a 1 star of this thing. It's always doing something special. I need it to stop and do nonsense. Let me get a good picture of that. Or it's so fun for me. I really love Pokemon Snap, and I'm really happy to get this through GameFly and the
Yeah.
day after it came out, which was bananas.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, they shipped it out like on Thursday. I got it on Saturday. Like, this is amazing. We'll talk about my technical woes later in the technical woes section, which is at my next game. Um, but yeah, I really love Pokemon Snap so far. Granted, 4 hours, like I said. I think I just unlocked a remake of the first level from Pokemon Snap,
Oh,
and
that's
I'm
cool.
I'm very excited to go back in there and see how it's up there. It's so cool to see these Pokemon running around. And like, do I wish it was 4K HDR or whatever? Like, yes, of course I do. But
It looks really
especially on the
good.
hand, especially on the handheld,
Yeah.
it looks really damn
Yeah.
good. And it has some performance issues sometimes, but it's basically you're on a rail looking at these Pokemon running, and it feels like a living world. It's crazy to think that this game exists, and then you look at Sword and Shield, and you're like, what universe do you exist in? Like, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I was watching someone play and I was like, man, this does look really good. Like it's crazy.
It's so cool. Like, if you have any childlike whimsy, or if you happen to have a child that's into Pokemon, they might love this game. It is so
Mm.
cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Pokemon.
Pokemon Snaps.
The music, not great. I really wish it had a remix of the main theme that would play um, from the original,
Hmm.
which I still get stuck in my head to this day for some reason. But
I don't
it's
remember
just
it.
it's just there. It's like
Okay.
dun 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 dun. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why you get stuck in your head because that's the whole song.
It's not bad. Copyright strike, but okay.
Copyright. I know, man. The DNC
Damn.
are really after the doots I just did.
Yeah, they are. Cool. All right.
What are you playing? Tell me more before I
Um,
rant about my technical problems.
I'll cover second extinction real quick, just because I only played a little bit of it. I played the first mission twice, just because I wanted to try the two characters that I picked, because I didn't play very much this week. So,
Okay.
so second extinction, it's on Game Pass. It's one of those what is it, early, or it's a game preview program. So
Right.
basically early access. It So initially when I heard of this game, I thought it was like Dino Crisis, but it's actually more like Left 4 Dead with dinosaurs, but like more like evolved or mutated dinosaurs, I'd say. So you have the option to actually matchmake in the game, which I didn't. I chose to go solo, which is probably a mistake because so you choose a character which has a different loadout, right? Like the character I chose has a minigun. Cool. Has a secondary, which is a pistol. And then each character has like a different type of like ability. Like this guy can set traps, kind of like Watson from Apex Legends. So it's kind of like a fence. You got two rods you put in the ground and it
Okay.
does like an electric fence. And then the other ability is you get like a quick heal, which boosts your health. So I drop in, and then there's like 3 points on the map. So A, B, and C. And so it's like, okay, let's go to C because it's closest. So I go there, and on the way there's a couple raptors that come after me, and I'm just like gunning them down. Cool, done. Get to point C, and right away I see like this giant T-Rex looking guy just in the background. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Right off the bat, we're gonna be
Okay.
fighting a T-Rex. And then out of nowhere, this tank explodes, and it's like a Triceratops, and it's just gunning for me. And it turns into a very like arcade-like combat because you're just getting mowed down, but you're not like insta-killed. You can like get up and you start shooting, and there you can see like weak points on their body because it's like green or whatever, and it's all like underneath like their neck area. And it's just like this constant like running around, turning around and shooting, but it feels very like Left 4 Dead. Just not as many like zombies or like
Okay.
dinosaurs, but it's like manageable. It's just at a certain point you're like, okay, I'm out of ammo, and this minigun takes forever to reload. So it'd be cool to have another person with me to like distract them while I'm reloading or calling in an airdrop to get more ammo. You can get near like these tanks that you can blow up to like hurt them more. And once you kill them all, you can like open up the gate to get to the objective. So I finally made it through that point, and then I was on to point B and then point A. And then I solved all those objectives. And then I was like, okay, that was fun. I'm going to try it with a different character. And I drop in with a character that just has like an assault rifle. Much easier to manage that way. It just took a lot more like ammo drops and having to reload because it's a lot less damage with an assault rifle than it is a minigun. But really fun. Like I was having a good time. I think it'd be pretty fun with like multiplayer.
Right.
And I can't wait to try out like the other levels and see what other like types of things you run into and stuff like that. But I thought it was pretty cool. I wish I had played more of it. It's just rough week, headache wise. One thing I'm excited for, tomorrow, Dragon Quest Builders joins Game Pass
Ooh.
on PC, and I've already pre-downloaded it.
All
It's
right.
sitting on my desktop. So
Now you waited to play that one, or did you already play that one?
I played the demo on the Switch.
Right. Okay.
But I played the shit out of the first one. I really loved it, and
Yeah.
once I heard part 2 is coming out, I like stopped playing part 1 because there's a lot of things I don't like about it. Logan really wants to play part 2. He wants to play co-op with me. And then I heard like, well, you got to get to level 15 to play co-op, which sounds really stupid, but we're dedicated, so we'll see
We're
how that
dedicated to this building.
goes. Yeah, it's just really fun. It's a fun little objective-based like Minecrafty game.
Yeah.
With Dragon Quest elements built into it, so really cool.
Built into it.
Built into it.
Waka 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 waka.
Waka waka. Let's talk about some Nier Replicant.
Yeah, I must have played a lot more than I had last week. I wrote down here I'm about 18 hours in. I'm not sure how accurate that number is. It might be a little less. That was just based on my Steam playtime, and so
Oh, it's usually
obviously,
a little off.
yeah, it's a little
Usually.
over. So it might be closer to 17. There's something about Nier Replicant since I played this game before that it's really not wowing me in like the story way. I think back to Nier Automata and just some of the stuff that happens, like this is so crazy. And I even think back to my original memories 10 years ago playing Nier. and being just completely surprised by some of the twists and turns that it takes you on. And I feel like since I know kind of not even what's going on, but it's not doing that for me. And maybe I haven't gotten to the first ending and whatever. Maybe that's part of it, but that's not. Uh, it's still done super well. I love the style of all the cutscenes and everything,
Yeah.
but the story itself isn't doing it for me this time around in the same way. It's not bad by any means, but it's not really doing it. Um, the big problem I'm having with it is the combat is very boring and monotonous now.
Oh.
And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. And it's possible I am, but all the enemies now have armor, and I don't really know how to just take them out quickly besides just hitting them more. And you're just hitting them for so long, and it's boring. I don't know if you saw that tweet that kind of or the article that came out about a week ago about Nier, where it was like the auto battles in Nier make it fun and blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
it was all about just like I'd rather watch this game than play it. And when I saw the headline, I was like, yeah, auto battles would be good because this game's kind of boring to play. And then the article is not about that at all. I was like, oh, you have a different argument. Well, my argument was I'm not enjoying this. This is not fun. I'll do it, but it's not. It just takes too long to kill the enemies. And I don't know why. And in the back of my head, I'm kind of remembering this happening last time too, because
Yeah.
I don't remember enjoying the combat very much the first time around. This might have been why. I still really like it. And think it's super cool. I'm probably just gonna get to the first ending and stop for now, and maybe I'll continue later. It's really tough now, also with the PS5 and with Resident Evil 8, to fit this game in. And with Pokemon Snap, it's like, oh, okay, now when
Yeah.
am I going to get back to this? I need to
Yeah.
finish this first playthrough so that I have like a good stopping point, and then just pick it up somewhere else down the road. Still really like it. Still love the visual style of it, and I love the music. Didn't mention it, but it's just like haunting chanting constantly.
It's so
Uh,
good. Yeah,
it's
I
so
love the
good.
music from those games.
I think it was one of the nights this week where I couldn't sleep, and I was just laying in bed, and one of the songs got stuck in my head. Just laying there like, this is weird as shit. I don't like this. Um,
It's like eerie music.
yeah, it's very eerie. It's like it's hard to describe, but it's really cool. It's in this made up language too. Like it's pretty interesting. Um, and it's doing well. From what I understand, Near Replicant is doing very well, so that's great to see. I will play more eventually. Um, I I don't know when. Probably next week.
Yeah.
Probably like a full week from now. I'll get back to it. We'll see. I haven't played it since like Wednesday because of other bullshit. I'll talk about my technical issues now, I guess,
All right.
if that's a relevant thing for anyone who cares. So
Seems appropriate.
With the PS5, I thought, well, I'm gonna go through my PS4 and like get all the shit off of it I want. Um, And so I went through my share, like all the video clips and stuff, and I had a fun little memory lane of why did I record this? Oh yeah, that's funny. And I would like cut out the 20 seconds I actually wanted. Um, and that was fun. Like there was a lot of Red Dead clips, some Ghost stuff, um, some funny things from Death Stranding, where I fell over like down a mountain, really weird or whatever. Uh, it was a really nice time to go through that and gather it up. And I had about 5 gigs of files to transfer. So I put in a thumb drive and I say transfer. So I'm gonna have this on my computer, and maybe I'll edit it into a video and be like, this is memories of my PS4, like, whatever. And it goes, okay, we're transferring. Estimated time to completion, 99 plus hours.
Jeez.
Which is weird. I never thought it would stop at 99 and just put a plus. That's
Oh
strange.
my god.
And but to my relief, it started going faster. So then it was like 98, 97. And I left it 15 minutes later. I came back and it said 75 hours remain. I was like, well, that's not a big improvement. So I let it go a little bit longer, and it was like, this isn't getting better. Like, this is clearly not working.
Yeah.
Uh, and I canceled it. Then I started. Then I thought, well, what if I just plug in an external hard drive and transfer the files over? And I thought, well, I have this old external hard drive. I'll format it. I'll put like some of the games on it, so I could transfer over to PS5, and then I'll put the captures on it.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable, right?
Yeah.
I transfer the games over. That took a little bit of time, but not crazy. Because that was actually 200 gigs and not 5. I expect that to take like an hour, not 5 gigs. I transfer the games over, and then I look at uh transferring the share factory bullshit, not share factory, but the capture gallery
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
It won't let you do it. You cannot transfer video clips or pictures to the external hard drive. You can only transfer it to the USB. So if you have a drive with games on it, you can't put video clips on it. Don't know why,
Hmm.
but you can't do it.
Okay. I didn't know that. I thought you could.
Nope, none let you. Did not let me do it. Does not make any sense. So then I go back to the USB drive. I Google this guy, and this is a video from like 5 years ago. This guy with his cell phone filming his TV crooked. It's in a dark ass room. Anyway, and he's filming his laptop too. Like, this is how you gotta format your USB drive. I follow the video, I format the drive, I plug it in. It still took like 2.5 hours, but that's way better than 75. But that's how long it took. And this was like 6 hours it took for me personally to transfer all these files. Way too long. That's part one of technical annoyances. But all the PS4 technical annoyances are done.
Oh,
So that's
jeez.
good.
Yeah.
Then I move on to the Resident Evil 8 demo on PC. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And that's more relevant. So it's really good to see the game in like full HD. It looks really good. It doesn't play very great on my PC. Not as good as I'd want it to.
Mm.
That's technical woes too. But it does look amazing. And I guess if I turned off ray tracing, it'd probably run better. I don't know where I'm gonna get it at this point. I'm super excited still. It is nice to play that village section again in a state that worked and wasn't on the PS4 Pro
Yeah.
that looked like hot trash. Um, I still don't like the combat that much, but it's tough when it's the demo and this is the beginning of the game and it's just like whatever. Um, it's representative of the game, but not representative like how you would actually play it. I mean, you played 7. That opening hour is like nothing like the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was rough.
So there was that. I'm like, I'm not really like. I hate it when I play a game on PC and it doesn't work that well. It sucks. Then I go to my Switch to play Pokemon Snap. Something about my Switch wouldn't output in anything higher than 480p on my TV. And let me tell you, it looks like trash. It looks
Yeah.
real bad.
Yeah.
Looks real bad. So then I had to troubleshoot that. This was all on the same day. And I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted of these tech issues that have nothing to do with anything. Hate it.
Huh.
Okay, that's it.
That
That's it.
sucks.
It's just
Yeah.
everything was broken yesterday. Every damn thing.
Well. Shit. Time to give up video games.
Yeah, maybe.
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 I played more Outriders. This was like at the beginning of the week before everything started breaking down inside of my body.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I like the more I play it, the more I like it, and the more I wish I
Yeah.
would have just bought it on PC.
Come play it with me on my PC. That doesn't work.
Because I really hate the shooting on an Xbox controller on the Xbox sucks.
Hmm.
And I've messed around with like the sensitivity and all that, and it's just awful to shoot with. Like when I played it on when I played the beta on Steam, I loved the shooting. It was like the only thing I didn't like was having a crouch because the crouching was so delayed. But I'm not really
Right.
crouching that often in the game, so that's not really a big deal. and I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting if I'm trying to. I'm gonna make a decision here if I'm just going to get it on PC or not. I'm waiting just because I'm not sure if I really want to start over.
Sure,
Because
that's fair.
it doesn't have cross save, right?
No.
No. So I'd have to re-roll, which then I would go Pyromancer because I do like the fire abilities over the. I like being the trickster, but I'm not like the other abilities that I've unlocked. I'm not like they're not great. The abilities that he has, where Pyromancer, I'm like the abilities I had right off the bat, I loved, and
Really?
so yeah.
Okay.
But I'm really thinking about it. And if they come out with like a good enough sale on it, I might just pull the trigger and do it.
Okay, well,
So, especially if PS5s continue to just be unattainable, I'm
yeah.
like, well, I need something to play. Because until then, like Mario Golf is the next thing I'm getting for sure.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Gotta
Yeah,
get the tea time set up.
yeah. I can't forget about Mario Golf. It's special.
God no.
Yeah,
God no.
but I do really like Outriders. It's great. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's not the best game, but it's a
No.
good ass time. It's a good ass time.
Exactly. Totally agree.
Yeah,
Yay.
yeah. The
Uh.
new Apex season starts really soon,
Mm.
and they're going to be adding a 3v3 arena, which looks pretty cool. I'm excited for that. So I'm gonna be jumping in to matches just like in really crowded areas just to try to get better at shooting. I'm not gonna focus on surviving or winning. I just want to shoot and try to get better at that.
Right.
So that's my goal. I did it earlier today. I played like a couple matches and I did okay. I think I'm getting better. It's just cuz when you play those games, it's kind of hard to get good at it if you're just getting in, surviving for really long periods of time and then you
Mm-hmm.
encounter one group and then get shot and killed right away. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm not getting any better at this, am I?
You can't gauge your skill when you just someone from behind you kills you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then I did start up Dark Souls 3 to start trying to like make my way to where I need to get to.
Yes.
So I got to Firelink Shrine and then put in the dude. I beat the first boss you encounter in that first try without any struggle at all. Like I was surprised.
Yeah. There
Like I
you
was like,
go.
dang. And that game looks incredible on the PC. Like I was like, dang, this feels like a whole new game.
It looks great. Yeah, if you played it on PS4 before, it looks
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, I did that as well because I told you you needed to play through. Just
Yeah,
teleport out of Firelink, and that's where I stopped. And we'll just do that area.
cool. Where do I
That
need to go to from there? Just the
it
first area.
forces you to go to one place.
Okay, cool. All
So
right,
yeah, you can't get lost.
sounds good. All righty.
um, yeah, I'm excited to play that. A little weird that I'm going to be probably playing that and Demon Souls at the same time. So I'm going to try and get through a lot of Demon Souls before Dark Souls 3.
Well, you have till
We'll
the
see.
15th, so
We'll see how that goes. Demon Souls is a shorter game, and I did just play it, but I do kind of want to get the platinum.
there
I
you
want to
go.
try and get the platinum in it.
Yeah.
They made it a little bit easier, a smidge, a smidgy easier.
Well,
And the only other thing I played, we mentioned it in the break, which now doesn't exist, is Miitopia, a game I had no idea was a remake. Uh,
oh
the
really?
Miitopia, yeah, I completely forgot that it existed on the 3DS. Probably because I did not give two shits about the 3DS. Um,
Makes sense.
so there's a Miitopia demo. It's a fun, cute little whatever. I think it's probably worth just playing the demo and understanding like, oh, that's what this is. That's cute, and then never buying the game.
What
Um,
what is it exactly? I've heard of it. I
so
remember it. I just don't know what it was.
so it's like all your little Miis. You pick little Miis to be the characters, and then you're kind of roaming around as okay. So you'll pick a class for them to be like a warrior or a mage or something, and they go and do little combats, and you only really control your main person, The other people just do whatever, which is fine. The combat's very, very basic. Um, but it's more about kind of the nonsense of it, and like the Dark Lord Dorp is here and he's got a dumb face and that kind of joke level. You'll go to the inn and you'll put the two people together in a room, and then like the one person's like the relationship levels up, and oh, I'm gonna go and give a present to you, and it's a present is this whatever, and the person's like, oh my gosh, I'm so it's dumb. It's dumb bullshit. Dumb me bullshit. But it's cute for a couple hours. And that's what the demo is, and that's probably all you need to do with it. I can't imagine anyone paying $60 for this and being like really jazzed
Yeah.
about it. um,
I always thought Mii's were like the ugliest avatars ever. Like they're like the dumbest looking ones.
sure, they did a really good job in this where it's pretty in depth what you can do.
Hmm.
And like they gave them wigs and something else. I forget what the other thing is, but you can do so much. Like, there's people recreating like Midna from Twilight Princess with the head covering thing. Like they recreated it in this Miitobi. It's
Damn.
insane.
All right.
The level of kind of customizability with all of that. Customizability. So if you're into that, it's got it.
Don't be
Um,
into that, people.
I
Don't be
just
into that.
don't know if the rest of the game really is anything more than that initial like, ha, I made my sister the evil princess or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's funny, and then 20 hours later, is it still funny? No. No. And that's it.
Cool.
Yay.
Yay! I think that's. Is that it for games too? I think that's it for
That should be it for
games.
games. Yeah, should be it for games.
Cool. All right.
Did you watch Mortal Kombat?
I find so okay. Oh my god. So I watched all the way up to the last Sub-Zero fight and then fell asleep
That's
right
the
after.
end.
Is that the last fight?
The one in like the ice cage.
I literally fell asleep right after they killed him.
That's the very. So,
I
did
didn't
you
see
think?
anything after that.
Okay,
I
there's
didn't
like
see
5 minutes.
anything. Okay.
Um,
Cuz then
I
I rewatched it again with my wife cuz she fell asleep way before that. And
okay.
so I rewatched it all the way up until that fight again and fell asleep again. And then my son watched it without, like, he started watching it, and I could hear all the way up to that point and fell asleep again. Like, I cannot mentally get past that point. So I have no idea how it ends.
Yo,
Even if it's last 5 minutes, I have no idea what is said after those 5 minutes.
I watched it and I have no idea. So did you think there should be another fight after that fight?
So I thought there would at least be something with Shang Tsung.
Exactly, that's what I thought too. There's not.
Okay.
Like they start rallying together and they're like, "We did it. We stopped them. Like we won." And I'm looking around like, what?
Yeah.
Like did they forget a
Like,
fight?
you didn't take down the final guy. Um,
No.
and like, I really liked Kung Lao.
Okay.
And, spoiler alerts, he dies. They suck out his soul. And, like, I was just kind of, after that, I was kind of like, oh, that sucks. And then, and then, like, what? So they don't go fight, what's his name? Shang Tsung?
No, there's kind of a brief moment of Scorpion and new guy,
Cole? Just like
Cole
the Cole,
Coltrane,
Coltrane? Is that,
Coleslaw.
what's,
We'll call him Coleslaw. I don't know his
what's his
name.
name thing? Like,
No one cares. No one
oh.
cares.
And he was just like a made up character for the movie, right?
Yeah, he's a made up character. His power is a vest. No. Um it was fine. It was just stupid. I'm trying to remember how it ends. Like they all get to like Raiden shows up and in that area and everyone gets teleported in there. There's a
How
scene where they're all
convenient.
there. There's a scene where they're all there except for Jax.
Yeah.
and then Jack shows up and like no one makes a comment as to how he just appeared out of nowhere. It was really weird
Yeah.
to me, where he just all of a sudden wasn't there. And then they were kind of like, "Yeah, we saved Earth" or some shit, and I think it just ends. You're gonna have to watch the end of this. I want to know what happens in the last 5 minutes because I do not remember at all.
All right. I will. I mean, that's weird, but okay.
I could pull it up on my HBO Max right now. Hold on, I'll do that.
I think. I mean, it was an all right movie. I think once you get over the dumb part of how they like get their abilities, then it's kind of
Right.
like, all right, fine. So they're Power Rangers. They're like their symbol turns them into Power Rangers essentially. Like it's just weird. Um, I mean, some of the fights were cool. I thought the characters were cool. Like Cabal is pretty cool. Like I liked his abilities. Um, it was all right. I don't know. I don't know if I liked it or not. I I feel like a lot of these movies that I thought like in my childhood would blow my mind and like Godzilla versus King Kong, I wasn't really that impressed by. I thought it was okay. Um, and then Mortal Kombat I thought was like it was okay. I mean, as campy and corny as like the one from our childhood was from like the 90s or whatever, I liked it. This one was
Right.
just like really weird, but it was like
Are
it's
you
fine.
making the argument that this movie's not as good as the 95 Mortal Kombat movie?
No, because I really like Liu King from this movie.
Okay.
I thought he was cool, and I like that he had his ability to like shoot fire. I like Kung Lao in it, because they just were badass, and I liked Kano was fucking funny as fuck.
Kano. Dude,
Kano
I
was funny.
loved the Kano wins. The way he did that was so perfect.
Yeah, Kano was funny. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was weird. It was an alright movie. It was an alright movie. I mean, I was able to sit through it twice practically
Right.
and not really be bothered by it. So I guess when I was not willing to sit through Godzilla again versus King Kong, I was like,
Oh,
nope,
really?
won't do it. I was like,
Was,
I will not do it.
was that an option you were presented with?
Well, because the kids wanted to watch it the next night, and
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, no, sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm out of here.
Okay, so I'm watching the end of Mortal Kombat right now. And what's his face shows up and talks to Raiden and is like, "Well, you may have stopped us now, but we're gonna come back with an army or some bullshit." And then it's okay, then you do that. And he zaps him with lightning and he teleports away. And then there's a scene of Coleslaw back at the gym, and the old bookie man is like, uh, "Are you gonna fight?" "No, I got a job, and I'm gonna go to Hollywood." And then it pans over to a poster with Johnny Cage, uh, in what is it? I'll just fast forward real quick. Hold on, it's right here. It shows a Johnny Cage poster, as like a teaser, and that's it.
Hmm,
That's what you missed.
cool. So not
Johnny
much.
Cage
Nothing to lose sleep
Johnny
over.
Cage in Citizen Cage: Fight for Your Rights. That's the
Jesus,
movie.
sounds good.
And it
Sounds
has a
good.
buckle. He's holding like a belt, like a big old belt buckle thing. That's just Cage. That's it.
Doesn't show his face though, huh?
No, no, it doesn't show his face. And then you gotta watch the ending. The motion graphics for the credits are really cool.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I think they're really, really cool. It's like this super detailed, and then it will fade out into the almost looks like blood drying, but it's like just red and black. It's really cool.
Hmm.
I enjoyed it. Anyway, that's Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Did we talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I watched it all now.
Oh, you finished it? Okay.
Yeah, I finished it. I thought, like I said, I think last time, every episode got better.
Yeah.
I think it peaked with episode 5, but I really did like it eventually. I still didn't love much of the fighting in it.
Yeah.
Um, I liked the message of it. Loved Isaiah.
Yeah.
Um, so good. The costume looks better in action than just the stills I saw on Twitter.
Yeah.
Still not a big fan of the. He looks weird. He looks like a sock puppet where you put your thumb out of a hole in the sock puppet, and then the thumb is the face. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something about it
they
is
just need to get rid of the side thing on his face.
yeah,
That's it.
maybe.
Just get rid of it. Doesn't need it.
It's weird. It's weird. But I did really like the show. Here's a question for you though. So 50% of the world gets teleported away. Obviously, that causes a lot of problems, but now we have a lot of free space to live around. Would you move into someone else's place with all their stuff in it?
I mean,
You know what I
five
mean?
years. It's 5 years
It's
later.
it's been
So
like 2-3 years. You need to move.
yeah,
Apparently, they've just been tossing out everyone's shit, I guess, because the whole argument with Carly Morgenmauer or whatever, Morgenthau, I think, is that that things were better during the blip because everyone banded together, whatever. People came back, wanted their houses back, kind of justifiably so, and so a bunch of people were kicked out. But why did you move into a place that wasn't yours? You know what I mean? Like, if a bunch of people disappeared, how long would it be before we're like, well, they're probably not coming back. I guess we can start taking all their stuff and just selling it. And
yeah,
I feel like if you needed a place to live, there's plenty of places to live now. You didn't need to take everyone else's stuff. And then all the people came back and took their stuff back. And now everyone's displaced. But if everyone just stood still and was like, okay, the Avengers are going to figure this out. Maybe it's going to be in a couple of years, but they'll figure it out. These people are coming back. Because they would have gone on the news and would have said, we're trying to get to Thanos. We're trying to stop this. Don't worry. I just don't buy that everyone would move into all these other places
yeah.
that weren't there and just throw away everyone's couches and shit. It doesn't make any sense. There's so much free space now.
It seems like they didn't know. Remember, they didn't know until Ant-Man came
But
along. 5 years later.
yeah,
Maybe 2 years
yeah.
in, they're kind of like, I
I
mean, these
guess I
these
guess
people these people are gone, guys.
like my neighbor's been gone for a while. I guess
Yeah.
I just feel like I'd be,
I've always liked this couch.
but
I take it.
like I wouldn't move into someone else's place. It just feels really weird to me to move into someone else's place knowing in a world, because we're thinking about it from our perspective where crazy shit doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If I was in a world where New York got attacked by flying aliens 10 years ago, and there's a fucking sorcerer, and there's aliens, and there's a talking raccoon, and all this stuff, I'm thinking, no, I'm not moving into that house. Like, nah, something's weird. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
overthinking it, sure. But
It's
their
weird.
plan
Yeah.
their plan of like putting the world back to where it is cool, but it doesn't make any sense as to why everyone like got displaced. And they're talking about it like the people that were left, the people that suffered the most and had to deal with 5 years of shit, they then get displaced by the people that came back. But if you had 10 houses, right, and 5 of the houses are empty, and then 2 of the people move into 2 of the other houses that were empty, you still have the other 2 houses for the original people. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been 100 years where there's like 20 more million people in the world. It's been 5.
Yeah.
So there's not that many more people. So you could just put the people that came back into the other places.
It almost
Or
seems
you
too
could
like
move back.
maybe like they were also fighting for the fact that we were being taken care of. People were thinking about us more. We all like,
Sure.
yeah, like all the
Sure.
resources were made more available. And then everyone came back and suddenly we're being like there's less focus on us and taking care of us. Now it's all about the people that came back. Like, oh, we got to make sure you guys have everything you need. And I think that's what they were more mad about. I don't know. It's weird. It's
I am hung up on the living situation, but they
yeah,
kept bringing it up, and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah.
I
Like,
don't
it
know.
wasn't your house. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well then move back to your other place because half the people were gone. There's
Yeah.
plenty of empty houses.
Yeah.
Like,
No squatters here.
I mean, how many times do you move in 5 years, especially when half the population disappears? I'm not moving anyways. This is crazy.
Yeah. You mean I gotta move again? Hell no.
Who am I gonna hire to move me? No one exists. Like, who am I gonna get?
Just
I don't
wearing
know.
all their shit.
besides that, I liked it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I don't understand the logistics of everyone leaving and then everyone coming back and being like, "Well, you got to get out of my house now."
Yeah.
Like, all right. There's plenty of places to live though, because like half the places were empty. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And it's really weird to make that like that's your point. Well, all the people were gone and we banded together and now they're back. I'm like, yeah, but we lived perfectly fine with them back. It's not like double the amount of people came back.
Yeah.
Then you got a problem. It's the same amount of people.
True.
I don't like it. There's inconsistencies.
You need more details. You need more
I need more
backstory.
details about this show. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
To
You
me.
need at least a few like living examples of people that like showed up
I
to their
need, you know what
house.
I want? I want the movie or TV show that takes place during that 5 years that kind of goes into some of this shit.
You need the NBC like drama series of the people that came home
Yes.
to find other people living in their house.
I need the 60-minute special of like everyone disappeared, and then I need the part 2 of everyone came back and how that worked. That's what I need.
You should write it like as a
No,
fanfic, and then read
but
it.
but I can't fit it into their universe because it doesn't make any fucking sense as to why everyone would move, and there's no places for them to live.
You gotta make it make
Where are they getting all these people?
I don't know.
Because like, okay, all the people that are left now have to take care of the people that were displaced, but that's not a lot of people. And there's so many people. Like there's so many problems with this. I just don't buy in 6 months everything's kind of back to normal. Everything's fucking chaos for like 10 years after this shit.
Someone say
That's
there's
another
too many
problem.
people.
Now
I
we're
mean,
going back to like
Thanos.
maybe we Thanos him again. Like maybe we don't need
maybe Thanos was right.
Maybe that he was right. He was too aggressive. We just get rid of like 30%.
Yeah. Maybe he
many
needs to scale back on his percentages.
Yeah. You think people would be more or less upset if it was just like 5%? It's like, just 5%. People were like, yeah, I can justify that. Like, okay.
God.
Better than 50-50. All right. I think that's it, right? Oh, Invincible. What'd you think of the finality?
I thought it was good. I think it sets up like I think it ended really well, and it like sets up like a clean start for the next season because it got like renewed or they already confirmed two
more seasons.
Yeah, man, I mean, pretty grim like finale, and it was like intense, and then just like the part where Omni-Man's like punching the shit out of him, and then he just says like, what when everybody grows old and dies, what do you have? And he just says like, I have you. And then it just stops him right in his tracks, and he sees like that image of him as a kid with like his front teeth missing, and then he had punched out his teeth, so and he sees that right there, and it just like stops him, and he just boom like flies off. That shit was crazy.
It's really cool. Yeah. That's great. It's such a great show. I can't wait for the other seasons.
yeah. I thought it was really good. It's it's just it's a good show. I think I don't know if it's like I think people go a little crazy online. I think it's a really good show. I wouldn't say it's like the best thing. Like I'm really enjoying Demon Slayer right now, and I think I like Demon Slayer more than I like Invincible. Like I'd say I'm more into that than that, but it's probably because I'm also more of an anime fan than I am like a comic book fan.
Sure.
So, but I'd say Demon Slayer is really good too. I'd recommend checking that out too. Anime.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna
anime.
do it. Yay, anime.
Anyways.
That's it. So ends the pop culture corner. If you have any information on how the blip works and why you would just move in all these fucking houses, please email us.
All right.
Let me know on Twitter why I'm wrong.
Yeah, please tweet at Ben why he's wrong about anything.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I'd enjoy seeing that. That's gonna do
They're
it.
not gonna do it because I'm right.
No, maybe. That's gonna do it for the first episode of Final Boss Squad. Remember, you can find this podcast on the same podcast feed that you find Final Checkpoint. So make sure you go to Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcast Services. Just search Final Checkpoint. You'll see it there. You'll see Final Boss Squad Episode 1. You can also head over to youtube.com/loadlastcheckpoint and see the first episode there. You'll see the video version of this with the cool logo and everything. And we will catch you guys next week. Play some games, experience some pop culture, and we'll be back to talk about it. Maybe. We'll see if we survive as we slowly die.
Let's hope so. I just got that PS5.
Oh, yeah. We'll hear
Be
about that.
ashamed to die right now.
We'll hear about that next week. See ya. Goodbye. Meow.
Ooh.